il n'y a aucun endroit au monde où je voudrais célébrer le jour de la femme ailleurs qu'ici. Et si vous me permettez, je vais continuer en anglais. Parce que nous sommes dans un contexte international et j'ai beaucoup d'amis. Ma très chère amie de l'Équateur. Et je voudrais qu'on puisse se comprendre. Yes, there's no place on earth I would like to celebrate the Women's Day than here, because here we are at the core of women's rights fighters. The women of the Iranian resistance have been fighters for women's rights a lifetime, for life, since they were kids. I remember when I asked Mariam some years ago why they used the scarves. And she explained to me, she said, you know, when I was very young, we were under the Shah tyranny. And the Shah tyranny decided that women in Iran couldn't wear a scarf. And we were against the Shah and his tyranny. So we decided that no, he wouldn't impose on us his law and that we were going to use the scarf. How strange, don't you think, that years after, a woman is killed, like Mahsa Amini, because she doesn't want to wear a scarf. Two tyrannies working against women, against the right for women to be who they are, to live their culture, to live their soul, to have the right of expressing themselves as they want to do. And I wanted to thank Mariam for the incredible speech she rendered to us today, because I think at the core of her reflection is what it means to go against women in the world. What does that mean? What is to be misogynistic today? Well, today as yesterday, it's the open door for tyranny. I don't know if you have seen, there's an interview from Barbara Walters. She interviews in the 1970s the Shah, Iran. It's an amazing interview because you're looking at this scene and you feel so uncomfortable because the Shah is being asked why he has said that women should only be pretty and that women have done nothing to give to the world. So Barbara Walters confronts him and he said, but in the average, for example, you women, there's no scientist, there's no big scientist women. And she said, and what about Marie Curie? And he said, oh, well, that's the exception. And she says, and do you think that your wife here, Farah Diva, is an exception? And then you can see how he's so uncomfortable and how she is judging him. And she's so much brighter and so much more elegant. And she's under the rule of this person that is the expression of tyranny, and it's exactly the same type of expression we find today with the Ayatollahs. Don't you think that is so strange? That the Shah, which is misogynistic, is also the one that is talking about the revolution, the resurgent revolution for Iran, and that finds no other better way than to exclude all parties, all political expression in order to rule all by himself. His prime minister was at the same time the secretary general of his own party. It was like in-house things. The country was his possession. And it's exactly the same behavior that we find in the Ayatollahs today. So, I'm reminded of an article I read in an Iranian state-controlled newspaper. And it was interesting because they were bragging that finally having the opposition today of the monarchists was very good because, in fact, well, the monarchists would never be able to conquer power again, but they were so useful to divide the opposition in Iran. Well, you know what? The opposition is not divided because monarchists are the same thing as the Ayatollahs. They are in the same bunch, and the resistance is a resistance of human rights, of the 10 points of Miriam, that she has been repeating them for years, for decades. And it's exactly what we, women of the world, all here, we're not Iranian, some of us, some others are Iranians, but we are all fighting for the same things all over the world. But I think that we have to recall what Mariam told us today, because I think it speaks about what is the difference. Why being here in the resistance, in the Iranian resistance, means so much to all of us. Well, it's because it's the first organization in the whole world, in the history of the world, I think except the myth of the Amazonian women, but it's the only organization where women are at the core of leadership. We women are always, whoever has done politics here, we know that we are always looked as a second best choice. We have to fight our way through in order to be able to sit at the table. Well, here, women are sitting at the table. Why? Because there is this leader, Mariam Rajavi, who has decided well, I'm going to say something. I know that Miriam thinks that she's not exceptional, but I want to tell you that you are exceptional. And you are exceptional because it's not, you didn't arrive to the position you have to be the leader of this resistance just because destiny, because you had to assume it. No. You have done what nobody could do, which was to think how to confront not the Iranian regime of tyranny, but the whole system of tyranny that has been up in Iran for decades, the Shah, the Ayatollahs, for so long, how to confront it. And you gave the opportunity to the women of your organization to prepare themselves to leadership, to be able to understand and learn how to manage, how to administrate, how to do these organizations, these venues. I mean, I have been coming to these rallies for years. It's always pristine. I mean, the schedule, the transportation of everyone. When we have, I'm talking now, not because I go first of any of you, but it's because I have a train to catch. And they know. And so they are pushing me so that I can be here and then go to the other place I have commitments with. And this is for all of us, all the time, 100%. This is what women do. They coordinate, they organize, they make things happen. They make things happen. And what is beautiful in this organization is not only that women are leaders at all the stages of the hierarchy, but that men are leaders too. And that men are not competing. They don't feel bad because women are taking decisions. they feel motivated. They feel it's another type of gender relationship, and that's what I want for the world. So, when we think about your words, you were talking about confronting narcissism, confronting egocentric pulses, impulsions. Wow, we have plenty of those right now in the world. Wow, we need women. We need women right now to the top to take decisions in this world right now. But I think this is something that it's so important to understand, that what we bring is the soul, that we bring spirituality to politics, that we bring another way of relating to taking decisions. And for example, when I think of Mariam, and I think, what is the key of her success? And I've been observing you for so long. And I think there are things like, for example, respect. I have always seen her respecting all the other people of her organization, especially women. Because you know that with women, we tend to be a little nasty sometimes, right? Yeah. So here we have sisterhood. That's so important, to build on sisterhood, to be respectful, to have the sense of justice, to give to whoever made it better than you, to just say it. You were better. You were good. You were so much, you impressed me. I mean, to be able to construct in solidarity and in empathy. And that's what I think is love. And to leave you with all my love, I want to say that through you all, but through you, because you're embodying all this resistance, love will free Iran. Love will free Iran. And because that's how it works, and I really believe that if we take care of Iran, we take care of many things in the world. I think that the day we see this free Iran that we're expecting, but free with the input of women, the world will change. Iran will make the world change. So, my dear sisters, friends of my heart, all of you, let's rise to change together as women with men. Thank you.